Ink Mark II. This one Western Red Cedar. This is a fairly definite wall
The
of
Mark
pop.
one had cut out
Yeah,
a square cut out. Whereas this is just a.
it had a smaller drain. It's just not as big as this. Now it's. I'm trying to remember. I think I took the drain straight down, but I bring this. Well, I call it a drain. The
Yeah.
bees often use it as an entrance. They seem to like
Oh, they
that.
prefer that as the entrance.
Yes, they couldn't care less where I suggest.
As I said, they have their own system.
Well, what I used to do was point that to the back and point the proper entrances to the front, and this out to the north.
Okay.
And I did 10 one day. That must have been a big day. I don't know how I did 10, or it was in a series. I came out and checked them a week later, give them a week to see, and only 5 were working.
Oh.
And I was not happy. I was not happy. And went back inside, sat down, some serious consideration, and thought I'm going to have to go and do postmortems and just work out just went wrong, because I always do a postmortem. If I ever get to write a book, there'll be a chapter in the postmortem, looking at what went wrong and trying to time when either an infection or the pest happened, which one came first. Because I've cultured some of the pests. I've grown serpent flies, for example, in fish tanks. I know that when the females lay, they die, and they won't lay on honeypot material. They will prefer to lay in their timber cracks, even if it's all open and available. Yeah, but in this bee thing, I go off. Sorry, and it was placed like that. What these bees have done, that's facing south.
Yeah.
This is facing north.
Okay.
If the bee has an entrance facing south, they don't have to get up as early. The sun doesn't hit it as early. So they simply chose south so they can sleep in.
Yeah.
All 10 were still going, just the 5 were going out the back. So now, they all go the same way.
Okay.
They don't get the choice.
Okay.
And I don't have heart failure. I don't.
Yeah.
But the main thing having that there, if something happens, if you get the likes of small hive beetle, one small hive beetle larvae or any serpent fly larvae will penetrate honeypots. With the way this is laid out, it will drain down into that drain and out there. You've got a chance of seeing it when you can do something.
But do you have frogs here that predate the bees?
I've never seen a frog doing it. Toads,
Toads.
if they're low, when they're down low. But I've actually never seen it. So toads come out at night here. I saw them out. Same toads out during the day in Brazil. Actually, they look beautiful there. I saw some toads there. They were magnificent. But this big.
Yeah, bullfrogs.
I actually got the fellow who was driving at the time. Stop! I've got to go and see that toad. Yes.
No, why? The reason I asked was that when the other way around, where the south, if they use that entrance, then when the sun comes up late, the toads will be there waiting. Because they're nocturnal, right?
Yeah.
So by the time the sun reaches this side, they would have eaten probably, a few scores of bees. Yeah.
No, I haven't seen toad. Geckos, I see under that shroud occasionally. So geckos just maybe. I haven't worked them out just yet.
Yeah, so this would be a better idea. You would want all holes to get the sun soon as possible.
Yeah.
Then all the predators would have
Yeah.
gone off. Yeah, yeah,
And they're all exposed.
that's right.
Because if a gecko is going to come out to get bees, it's exposed to a bird.
Uh-huh.
So it knows it might get a feed, but it might become a feed.
Yeah, become feed. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Now, at this stage, I'm I'm still maintaining the loose separator loose,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously I'm indecisive. I've got the screw there.
Mm-hmm.
Giorgio is screwing them, and it makes it so much easier to have a screw that you can just lift.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking to get the bees to stick it down, but then they put an equal amount up in this position here, so it's counterproductive. And I need a different hive too. This needs to be wider. This is good. Don't need that. So I'll be making hive too. Then but that's also good a good weight.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice and heavy. But I think that's called a utility hive tool. There's an American hive tool which just doesn't have that. It's like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're a good functional hive tool. But when you
Yeah, I've seen them using this in the Philippines. So.
but I only if I'm starting a hive, it's only ever one level at a time. I start with one.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
give them space as they go up. Never give them the whole box. And then
Okay.
then they'll get the next box to grow up into it, especially this time of the year, because there will be condensation. You just can't stop it.
So when you go one layer at a time,
Yep.
so this cover.
Or there's an inspection panel that goes in there too, of course. If it's one layer at a time,
Okay.
that goes on there, then the cover goes on.
Okay. So when it's time for the second layer, this comes off.
That comes off.
You take away the inspection panel.
That comes off. And
You
that
put the
goes on.
separator.
No, I know I'd reuse that, but that's normally got resin around. They store
Yeah,
resin
yeah,
on it.
yeah.
It's an exercise in controlling that. They store resin by species. They'll put bloodwood over this corner, and they'll put
Oh,
Araucaria in a different spot,
really?
and Kadagi along one side. It's done by species. It's not mixed.
You
The
you
mixing
you can
comes later.
differentiate by the color or the
Yeah,
smell.
color.
Color. Okay.
It's quite clear. Then you go to second, then this goes back on, and then that's repeated. Quite often, when the shroud is on, you need the two levels to fit it.
Yeah.
So it may well just, for a single level, I actually have that, and I'll just sit that on. In other words, with the parts, and then I'll put this on, and it gives me the height of the box. And so I don't have to worry about the shroud.
What's the significance of the shout anyway? Why do you need the shout? What if you don't have the shout?
In hot weather, I can cook them.
Okay.
It gives about probably 5 degrees, 3 to 5 degrees extra temperature protection.
Okay.
So there's a row of columns out the front
Yeah.
that was taken 45 degrees full sun.
Hmm.
Without the shroud, the brood is killed.
I see.
The colony survived.
But the brood is gone.
The brood got. Now, the significance of that, I remember these lessons. I didn't realise because the colony went on. Bees went
Oh,
on.
so
They worked.
so you were assuming everything was
Everything was right.
okay. Okay.
But the queen started producing again. that takes 3 months. It takes 3 months to decline. 3 months, they couldn't defend. I just didn't pick that. So I curse myself for not picking it. The opportunity was there to get 5 out of 5 taking full sun, 45 degrees.
Okay.
On the days that in southeast Queensland we lost at least 1,000 times.
1,000. Wow.
That's that I can find. There was one fellow quite close to us, lost 35 out of 39. And I won't say which box.
Yeah, and that is those who want to tell you about it. There are those who don't want to tell you about it. Yeah.
And they still use the same box.
Yeah.
Harold Gothorpe, one of the friends, explained to people like to get to me, the friends. His comment is, I had that box and I lost a heap of bees, and why would I put bees back into the same box that I've already lost a heap of them? I've got to change something. And in this case, it was clearly the box.
Okay.
So he has gone, reinvented the wheel, rebuilt the box, now has a cover. He's got data loggers and he knows what the boxes can do.
Yep. Okay.
And it's just an attitude. I can get on with people like that. I don't care what. He's got 2 boxes. He's got a square one and he's got a rectangular one.
Okay.
I'm recording temperature in the breed. And so it's I get on well with people like that. People that are prepared if something goes wrong, they respond to it.
Yep.
This is the finish with the wax tip. That one hasn't got the entrance. I have that one closer, and that goes in all the openings, and it also goes into a little bottom vent.
Okay.
That's due for an upgrade, because the bees do make that into equivalent of the bottom of a batumen cap in a log. You know how they'll build the hard cap?
Yep.
And it had, well, ours do, and they have round holes through it.
Okay.
So I'm thinking CNC router now, so my construction changes. You can see that hole is drilled from that side. I need holes drilled from this side because I can do all this with a CNC router. I'm thinking ahead to when I get, with a CNC router I can automate all the construction steps and I just get the pieces. If I can make this hole and that fitting to assemble from that side with that screen and the start of that hole structure, which the bees do make, I will make it. I will just plug it in from the top. I've got a project coming up at a secondary school. That they're looking for single speed related 3D projects. 3D printing projects. I was contacted just a couple of weeks ago. There's two levels. One is primary school, and this is a good one that they'll be able to work with. And the other one is going to be an extension on the frame. I get involved in. I'm not very good at saying no. Well, when it comes to school, I will always say yes.
Oh yeah.
I've done workshops. I've had school kids putting these boxes together. They've had drills and driver bits, and they've done painting and I have a lot of fun. The kids have an absolute ball once you get a series of kids working on these things. Now, once you get that And once a colony grows to that point, I've got a video coming out on this. It's one of the 2 videos. The brood, once you get the brood up to that point, it becomes possible just to lift that off, and that becomes the propagation unit.
Okay. For the next.
For the next.
Yeah.
And that, instead of going to the top, so it sits over an empty space, which has always been a bugbear current system, it simply goes straight to the bottom again. Bees will always build up.
Yeah.
They don't build down.
Yeah.
What they do, especially if it's full of brood, they'll just build a little half dome. You saw what Peter had. Those colonies have been split. And the brood was predominantly in the top, and they just built a little dome underneath, and it will never change. You can't change it. Short of a radical restructure. In other words, you've got to tear everything out in that bottom box, take advancing front from the top, and put it in the bottom.
Oh.
So I just do it in one, but you can do all this without spilling any honey. You're disturbing brood because you're breaking through it. Normally, with both Carbonara and hopping salt, this 4-inch cat locks onto the brood regardless of stage. If the advancing front is going through, that's just all stuck together with cerumen. That's another story. I still use the old things. Happy to use Propolis, but that's a different product as far as I'm concerned. If you're trying to, if you want to explain how cerumen is produced, I mean actually the combination of wax and resin to produce cerumen and the cycle of it, you need to have the 2 terms.
Yeah.
That's next.
Yeah, you're right.
It hasn't been done properly. That's something that will come out.
Everything get mixed up. Propolis, resin, cerumen,
and
wax, and
that's because scientists went looking for propolis in stingless bees and then found out, cerumen contains wax and resin. That's just like propolis.
Yeah, which is
and it's completely different function. I found a review written. I'm sure it was by a what's the kookaburra. I think it's a big joke. Sure, it's
they're laughing at you.
They're meat eating. They're not friendly to small birds. They're large kingfisher. They'll be in the next group of trees past our screen. But they're one of Australia's most popular birds, actually. But if you like small birds, wrens and so forth, they're deadly on them. If one of these cockatiels got out and tried to fly from here to there, they'd have it on the way. So there's mixed feelings, but the call is characteristic Australian bush. And they performed. That really makes an Australian movie. Now, I'll normally leave them like that, just at one level to start, and that way they seal everything up. They've only got the one level. I don't use tape normally. Now, Peter says that's a sign of bad workmanship if you use tape. It's not. As far as I'm concerned, every box out there...
It can be a temporary measure, right?
Yeah, but every box out there with a horizontal seam is vulnerable to silk fly.
Yeah,
and I believe soldier fly. We've got images.
Forest flies, all that, yeah.
Well, forest flies goes in there. You need something inside to start. And then once there's something attracting them, forest flies just take on the entrance. And the bees can't stop them. Even a strong hive can't. And eventually you've got to go and look and see what's drawing them in.
Yeah.
And it's probably one serpent fly larvae that's got through, it's doing its thing, and the foreign fly can smell it. But I've got a trap for that. But very effectively, you just takes them out from the entrance, and the bees go through.
Really?
Yeah.
We will take a look at it later. Yeah.
Oh, it's on the Facebook site. But it has to be accurately made. Accuracy is critical.
Okay.
Because you've got to separate bees. It will also take out small hive bees.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I see them as worse. But yeah. But once you get that, this is then when the second level normally goes on, because I need the extra height, and it gives a bit more insulation. And that becomes the thing. But I do tend to put tape around here at this stage, because it just stabilises it on the base, just keep it stable. But how my box works is the contact surface is just that centimetre between them. Now, when you put them together, and if everything's working well, if I try the abdomen, can't fit from there and get the ovipositor up to where it needs to lay, because it won't lay in open space. It has to get to that tight space.
Yeah.
And here, if it does just drop its eggs, there's a heap of ants. I don't stop ants. To me, ants they help and
Okay.
I'm probably differently, but that's sort of the finish I look for with my wax and resin. But you send that into North Queensland, and Hawkins Eye take all the wax off.
Oh, I see.
And there's resin bees up there. They do the same.
They'll take off all the.
They take it. So it took a lot of work to get the temperature and time conditions right. And basically, I've got to get the timber temperature right.
Oh.
And then the bees undo it.
Okay.
And